We have been looking at some very active weather out there. We're looking at plenty of lightning. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, even some tornado warnings that have been issued. And we've got more on the way as it makes its way towards I-20. All of the latest on our developing weather coming up in just a couple of minutes. Local 2 News at 10 starts now.
High wind, hail, and tornado watches and warnings across the basin tonight. We're live from Big Spring, where all the severe weather is in action. Also, the Midland Fire Department making sure fire safety is on your radar. We rode along as brand new smoke detectors were installed across the tall city. And a longtime Monahans coach gets special recognition. We have that heartwarming story for you tonight. All that and more coming up.
Live, Odessa and Big Spring. We're Basin trusted, Basin proud. This is Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Tropea. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with us for Local 2 News at 10. And we begin on the Saturday night with severe storms across the basin and Big Spring getting hit the hardest. The city already saw a rush of high wind and hail earlier tonight, and there's just more on the way. We want to take you live in Big Spring with Local 2's Ryan Martin. Ryan, what does it look like out there right now?
Lauren, we're being told about 170 households are out of power right now from storms that happened earlier. Right now, there's really not much to see. We're seeing rain on and off, mainly just some sprinkles. Winds aren't too heavy, and we're also seeing a good amount of lightning right now. However, we're not seeing too much right now, but that doesn't mean we're in the clear, because this is supposed to be the hardest hit area in the basin tonight. On my way in here, I saw tree branches on the side of the road, even seeing road signs. Firefighters were out and about, and also work crews were out making repairs as need be. We're going to give you more information as that becomes available. John Mayer's going to have full weather coming up. For now, live in Big Spring, Ryan Martin, back to you.
All right, thanks for that live weather update tonight, Ryan. Now let's turn it over to meteorologist John Mayer for an in-depth look at the radar. John, just lots of crazy activity out there tonight.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it, Lauren, exactly. And we're seeing more of these storms making their way towards Big Spring right now. You can see most of it is still just down to the southeast at the moment, but all this activity is far from over out there. And speaking of those power outages, where you can see the areas that have been hit the hardest, this isn't showing actual current outages, but it's just showing really where we had the strongest rainfall, where we had the most lightning, the heaviest hail, and it's this area stretching down around from Big Spring out towards the east and then back around McCamey, Rankin, Big Lake. Those are all areas where we saw a lot of heavy rainfall, and we even had those severe thunderstorm warnings and those tornado warnings that were issued. All that we're looking at out there, most of the activity taking place in West Texas this evening. We're going to continue to see more of the same moving forward. We've got a whole lot of lightning out there at the moment, and all of these storms are continuing to develop for us. This is the area that we're seeing most of the activity, those severe thunderstorm warnings issued down around Big Lake, and that's exactly where we're going to watch for all of this to continue out there. But we are starting to see some of this activity pushing off to the west this evening, and as that happens, that means we get that chance for some of those thunderstorms to make their way off towards I-20, which means Odessa, Midland, Stanton, Big Lake. We're all going to get a little bit more before this is all said and done. Of the latest on all of this coming up in my full forecast in just a bit, but for now, Lauren, back to you.
Thanks, John. And before the severe weather hit, firefighters from across the basin gathering in Crane for a little friendly competition today. Fire departments from Pecos, Seminole, Kermit, Big Spring, and Midland competed in a pumper race. The departments tell us events like this help build relationships.
Keep everybody associated. Keep everybody a tight-knit family. Family is number one.
Because we fight so many different fires, and we cover so many territory out here in the Permian Basin that we're looking at Crane, we're looking at Monahans, we're looking at Odessa for mutual aid.
A total of 18 different fire departments attended the race. Turning to the Tall City tonight, the Midland Fire Department teaming up with the Red Cross to prevent fires in the highest risk area of the city. Volunteers out and about in Fire District 6 early this morning installing brand new smoke detectors. And our own Casey Jones along for the ride as the department encouraged families to draft a plan for fire safety.
That's the sound of a working smoke detector. The National Institute of Health reports 40% of home fire deaths happen in homes with no smoke alarms.
We're doing a smoke detector blitz. What we're doing is we're going out in the neighborhood of Fire District 6 and installing smoke detectors.
Michael Coda, Assistant Chief of the Midland Fire Department, leading the way.
This district definitely points to our highest fire risk. For the last 3 years, it has consistently had the most fires for the last 3 or 4 years.
The stats prompting the department to hit the streets with me tagging along.
Every time.
Midland officials taking proactive measures through their risk reduction program, partnering with the Red Cross to supply thousands of smoke detectors to the community, catching the eye of residents like Howard Renton.
Because I have a gas stove, a gas hot water heater, and a gas furnace, so I've got the possibility of a fire and explosion.
Renton living in his home for 13 years, changing out his smoke detectors for the first time. Renton tells me he appreciates the department looking out for the community.
I like the preventative measures.
Stephanie Murphy with the Permian Basin Red Cross tells me their organization hopes to reduce fires by educating residents.
Educate the public and offer a safety measure that can help save their life.
Officials hoping the donations help supply working smoke alarms throughout District 6.
With the generosity of donors, we were able to purchase free smoke alarms to distribute nationwide.
Casey Jones, Local 2 News.
Now, fire officials recommend changing your smoke detector every 8 to 10 years. You should also check the batteries twice a year. If you missed today's event, there are still smoke detectors available. Just call the Midland Fire Department to schedule your installation. And to find out which area in the Tall City has a higher risk for fires than any other part of town, head on over to our website, that's yourbasin.com, and check out the full story. New tonight at 10 in Odessa, church hosting a spring sale to help organize its first international mission. 4 women from Mission Dorado Baptist Church plan to take a trip to Malawi, Africa to serve an orphanage and tour communities with an interpreter to spread gospel messages through the villages. The trip costs about $2,900 per person.
So what we know we're going to be doing is we're going to be serving village members and community members out there in multiple different ways. We're going to, for the first time, have a little bit of a medical mission.
The church collecting sneakers, soccer balls, and other toys to distribute while in Africa. And the group leaves for their 19-hour flight on Friday, June 10th. And staying in Odessa tonight, Keep Odessa Beautiful on a mission to make sure the community has the tools they need to join the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off Challenge. All month long, they're asking you to help keep Odessa beautiful by choosing a location to clean.
Do it all as a group, and not just that, but place our trash where it belongs to begin with, then we can avoid having to do things like this. But I mean, more than anything, this is where we live, this is where we work, this is where our kids play, and so we just want to make sure that we keep it looking as beautiful as possible.
Keep Odessa Beautiful invites all Odessa citizens to work together to help keep the city litter-free. To adopt a spot or to sign up for the Trash Off Challenge, you can visit our website, yourbasin.com. And from parks to barks, Midland College's Lady Chaps won a doubleheader today with a little help from some 4-legged fans barking from the bleachers. The girls teamed up with the Lone Star Sanctuary by hosting Bark in the Park in an effort to help find some lucky pups their forever home.
It's about giving back and helping out Lone Star as much as we can because they kind of run off donations and volunteers, so we wanted to do something special and important for them too.
The Chaps also collected cash donations, dog toys, beds, and more than 20 bags of dog food to help support the future pets at Lone Star Sanctuary. Now turning to the Pope tonight, in efforts to highlight the needs of refugees, Pope Francis traveled to the heart of Europe's migrant crisis to plead for its resolution and offer the refugees hope. Jeremy Roth reports.
In an emotional visit to the Greek island of Lesbos Saturday, Pope Francis met with dozens of migrants and refugees who fled the Middle East and North Africa. Many of the refugees lined the detention camp just to get a glimpse of the Pope. Some even asked for blessings. A very dramatic moment when a young girl kissed the pontiff's hand, then knelt before him weeping. According to the Vatican press, the Pope wanted to make a welcoming gesture towards the refugees. Before wrapping up the 5-hour visit, the Pope took 3 migrant families from Syria back to the Vatican with him. The Pope acknowledged the sacrifice of all the migrants and told them not to lose hope.
I wanted to be with you today and tell you that you're not alone. You have done a lot of sacrifices for your own families. You know the pain of having left behind everything that was dear to you.
The Pope's visit comes nearly 1 month after the European Union and Turkey deal went into effect. Under this new controversial one-in, one-out policy, for every Syrian refugee returned to Turkey from Greece, a Syrian refugee in Turkey is resettled in the EU.
The EU-Turkey deal, it was a very difficult deal. I believe, and this is my best priority, to deliver this deal on the framework of the international legislation. So that's why our obligation is to examine ad hoc all the asylum demands.
I'm Jeremy Roth, reporting.
Now, the Syrian families, 12 individuals total who were taken back with the Pope, will be supported by the Holy See and cared for initially by Italy's Catholic community. Still to come here at 10, we're bringing you more live weather updates. Coming up, we'll take you back out to Big Spring where the storms keep rolling through.
Well, in just a matter of time before we start to see some of those storms making their way towards I-20, they're slowly but surely moving in, and we have seen a whole lot of activity already. Severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, of the latest on all that coming up in my full forecast. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Hey, Prairie Basin, Scott Johnson, General Manager at All-American Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Midland. I have great news. Why do I have great news? Because we sold so many new Ram trucks last month that we've extended Ram Truck Month.
Right now, we have over 150 new Ram trucks in stock. Like this new 2016 Ram Crew Cab Lone Star for only $379 a month. Or a new 2015 Jeep Renegade for only $299 a month.
Don't miss your last chance at Ram Truck Month. Still going on at All-American Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Midland, where we've been putting dreams in driveways for over 25 years.
Getting a great price on a better night's sleep at Denver Mattress just got even better. For a limited time, choose from a great selection of quality queen-size mattress sets made in the USA for just $25 a month. Denver Mattress, America's largest factory direct retailer.
It's the hottest comedy event of the year, the Comedy Get Down World Tour, with Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Eddie Griffin, George Lopez, and Charlie Murphy. One hilarious night of comedy with the funniest comedians in the country. Get ready to laugh like you've never laughed before with Cedric the Entertainer, Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hughley, George Lopez, and Charlie Murphy. Friday, May 13th to 8 p.m. in the Ector County Coliseum. Tickets go sell this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. The Comedy Get Down World Tour. It's the best comedy show, period. Big news! Right now at Toyota of Midland, you can get 0% financing on a Camry or RAV4 for up to 60 months.
How about the best-selling car in America, the Toyota Camry for $299 a month, or pick you up a RAV4 for $299 a month.
Or save even more and get 0% financing on either one. Your choice of a Camry or RAV4 for up to 60 months.
They're all right here at Toyota Midland. Come on in and pick your new car out today, or go to our website at ToyotaMidland.com, where our quality deals bring you in and our service brings you back.
After 30 years at Local 2 and forecasting your weather, one thing's for sure, we've been through a lot together. Droughts, severe storms, backyard barbecues, heck, I even had hair at one point. Sexy. But no matter what else changes, Local 2 and I are always dedicated to local weather coverage that impacts you.
Local 2, your local weather authority. Now, your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back. I'm in the Weather Center with meteorologist John Mayer. Tonight's you've been tracking all of these crazy storms for us. Lots of tornado warnings and watches. Did anything actually come out of those, John?
It actually did. We did see one tornado touch down out around Snyder, just outside of the viewing area. But, I mean, hey, we got a tornado out of this, and these storms still aren't over yet. We've seen a lot of heavy hail, heavy rainfall, a whole lot going on out there, and we still got more to go.
There's still more on the way.
For
and
sure.
Speaking of, we have Ryan Martin out in Big Spring for us tonight. We want to take it over to him. He is live out there. Ryan, what is it looking like out there right now?
Lauren, we haven't seen any tornadoes, but we saw some very heavy wind gusts earlier. We saw tree branches on the sides of roads, even road signs, first responders out and about. We even had residents here at this McDonald's taking shelter, telling us they felt safer here than they did in their own homes. Now we're seeing a very massive line lining up of people who want to get Big Macs, but they better hurry up because it's just a matter of time till these storms start to pick back up. If you're out at a destination, it's good you get back to your home as soon as possible and take shelter because we're expecting this rain to continue all night long. We're going to keep you updated as that happens, but for now, live in Big Spring, Ryan Martin with your Local 2 Weather Authority.
Boy, hey, you got to get the Big Macs, right? It's Monopoly time, and you get the stamps on them. Anyways, talking about something a little bit more serious, we are looking at those storms making their way up towards I-20 right now and starting to move back towards Big Spring. And we did see a lot of activity there. Just a few hours ago, it was around 6 o'clock that we saw that first round of storms move through and bring some pretty heavy winds, some hail, some heavy rainfall. We had a little bit of everything out there, but the one thing I want to bring up first was that tornado that touched down just outside of the viewing area. It was in Hermley, just south of Snyder, and that's where we had that tornado. Just touched down very briefly. Still no details on that. They'll have to go out, do a damage report to assess exactly how strong that system was. But still, hey, we got a tornado out of this, so that could give you an idea of just how serious these storms have been, and they're going to continue to churn up out there. Now, speaking of what we saw in Big Spring, here was that hail that we had earlier. It was a full inch in size, and that gives you an idea. It's about the size of a quarter. If you can imagine that falling from the sky and heading for your head, that's something very serious as well. On top of that, we had that wind gust out there, came up around 75 miles per hour, and we're going to continue to see more of those storms making their way through right now. Now, the big thing that's guiding all of this activity out there is what we call the dry line, and it's the separation between the dry air and the moist air. You can think of it sort of like a front where you separate the cold air and the warm air, but this is dealing with moisture. And on our dew point map gives you an idea. Very, very dry off to the west, very moist to the east, and it's that separation there. That is where we're seeing all of those storms developing, and we're going to continue to have more of the same out there throughout the rest of the night. That dry line should start to push a little bit further off to the west, and as that happens, that gives us that chance to see some development a little bit further to the west, making its way towards the Tall City. We got the chance to see some of those storms heading towards Odessa Midland, up around Stanton, and again towards Big Spring once again as we move throughout the rest of the night. Now, what we've been looking at, the main area of activity coming down to our south, really centered around McCamey and Rankin. That's where most of this has been developing. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning now in effect. If you can sort of see that orange outline box down to the south along I-10, that's where we're dealing with some more of those thunderstorms. We also have that flash flood warning in effect for this area. They have seen these storms come through time after time, really for the past 4 to 5 hours. They've had heavy rainfall basically nonstop out there, and we're continuing to deal with more of the same. We even had a tornado warning earlier in Big Lake. That has since been canceled, but they're still dealing with some very heavy rain and some hail out there right now. So these are all things to keep in mind moving forward. Off to the north, that is where we saw the worst of it, of course. That's where we had that tornado touchdown, and they've seen several tornado warnings, continued severe thunderstorm warnings, and those flash floods as well. Now, what we're going to be looking at, though, as one of the biggest concerns moving forward, the heavy rain, but also the hail size. And we're still looking at some pretty sizable hail down around Big Lake. Right now, our hail detection likely overcompensating a little bit, saying over 2 inches, but still, wouldn't be surprised to see some of that 1-inch hail falling down around Big Lake. Again, that's around the size of a quarter or so, and we're going to continue to deal with more of the same going forward. Again, the worst of that weather coming up around Big Spring and then wrapping down towards McCamey, Crane, moving towards that entire area down there, down towards Big Lake. That's where we saw most of that heavy rainfall. Now, we have a whole lot of warnings out there still. We're looking at the flash flood warning just north of Fort Stockton, and we even have that tornado watch. All of the yellow area on this map, that is the tornado watch, and that even includes part of Midland County. The good news is I don't don't think we're going to have to worry about that. Really just some storms making their way through, some heavy rain potential. But the good news is that severe risk moving off to the east over the next couple of days. Still have that chance for thunderstorms, but I think we're going to avoid the severe weather moving forward. However, more rainfall definitely in the forecast again by tomorrow evening into Monday morning. Another chance to see some showers and storms make their way into the Trans-Pecos, and we could definitely be looking at some more activity moving forward. Still have a little bit more to get through before this is all said and done. Now, what we're going to be looking at moving forward throughout the rest of our 7-day forecast, though, that chance to see some more of those thunderstorms over the next couple of days, and it looks like we're going to be dealing with a little bit more of that rough weather moving forward. Again, we will likely be looking at those thunderstorms today into tomorrow, and then as we make our way into next week, some more chance for some of those thunderstorms developing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Could see a little bit more activity out there, and then that chance to finally start to see things calm down a bit by the end of the upcoming work week. But boy, we still have a lot to get through tonight, and we're definitely going to continue to track these storms as they develop.
Definitely, John, and I'm hearing Big Lake just getting a lot of activity, a tornado warning.
Yeah.
I know you were warning residents, make sure they take shelter.
Of course, and that is a big thing. Anytime you see a tornado warning, that means get indoors now. Get to the lowest level of your house and take shelter. Serious weather. Because I know for lots of counties earlier in the day, we had a watch. And then, of course, for some counties, that turned into a warning. And some people are thinking, you know, what's the difference? Yeah, and of course, the warning is the more severe thing. And with tornadoes, that definitely means you got to take shelter right now. It's nothing to joke about. That is when things are really getting serious. I hope we won't see any more of those. I kind of think they've come to an end, but still, the heavy rain, that's got a long way to go. All right, thank you, John. And of course, continue to stay with us as we continue to track these severe storms. And coming up, you'll soon start to see something new on NBA players' jerseys. We'll tell you what that is next.
Now at Sleep Shop, it's a Sealy special purchase. Save $500 on a Sealy Posturepedic Rose Castle Firm Pillow Top or Plush Pillow Top. Only $799.95 for a queen set or $1199.95 for a king set. Or get one of our comfortable Sealy electric adjustable beds starting at only $999.95. Plus, we have 6 Tempur-Pedic models in stock for immediate delivery. And with Sleep Shop, you always get free delivery, setup, and removal, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Layaways are welcome. It's a Sealy special purchase. Now at Sleep Shop in Midland and Odessa.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck? Absolutely. This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado. Nice.
A good-looking pickup. Incredible. I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Here are the top 10 reasons to buy from Allen's Gallery. Best prices in West Texas. Affordable quality furniture. 12 months, no interest financing. Free delivery within 100 miles. Over 50 major manufacturers. Unequaled customer service. The best selection. The fastest growing La-Z-Boy comfort studio in the country. Buying power with 10 stores, and we treat you like family. Come see why we say, wow!
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
You're watching Local 2, Midland, Odessa. BASIN trusted, BASIN proud. You're watching Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Welcome back. It's a pink out. Pink pride reigned on the football field tonight as a group of men showed they're tough enough to wear the color. In tonight's Your BASIN Cares, how a fuchsia jersey could save someone's life.
The roster's set. Katie, Charlotte, Brandon, and their game plan in motion.
You take it one day at a time, one step at a time.
This team in pink united for the same reason.
Look, I mean, we all have survived. We're all survivors.
Ready to beat their opponent, breast cancer.
It's a scary road, but stay positive, do your research, reach out. Breast cancer is not a death sentence now. You know, you can survive.
Katie Wickman now cancer-free after being diagnosed with the disease in 2013. She joins with this group of survivors to bring pink awareness to the football field.
The jerseys, they're pink. They're pink, but we know what it represents.
West Texas Pride tight end Brandon Butler says he's proud to sport the color.
It means a lot. 2 months ago, my sister was diagnosed with a rare type of breast cancer.
Midland Memorial Hospital partnering with the team for this pink event. The hospital says 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer over the course of her lifetime.
These strong, positive women that are survivors of it, and it gives you hope.
Wickman sees the pink jerseys as a win-win by raising money for free mammograms and providing motivation for the Pride to sweep the competition.
You know, seeing those guys out there in the pink jerseys, it's great.
Stephanie Sobek, Local 2 News.
Well, the pink jerseys were auctioned off during halftime tonight, and all the money raised goes to Pink the Basin, which provides free mammograms. That's a great cause right there, Tara. Pink, of course, is my favorite color, but clearly Tara and I had blue on our minds. We didn't plan this. We just showed up wearing blue. I think it's the weather, all the rain.
Yeah, but the Pride, obviously those pink jerseys were some good luck for them because they killed it tonight. But coming up next on your Local 2 Sports, we're going to start off with a longtime Monahans coach who got a big surprise at today's Special Olympics. Find out more when we come back.
Man, it smells wonderful in here.
What? Oh, I went to Essence.
Essence Candle Company, where the world makes sense. Located at 438 Andrews Highway in Midland.
Ready for a great low price on high-speed internet? Cable One is still the one for speed. Up to 100 megs, still just $35 a month. Call 855-808-2737. Enjoy ultimate streaming on multiple devices, like your TV, tablet, and smartphone, all at the same time. Get up to 100 megs, just $35 a month. Cable One is still the one for speed. Ready to switch? Call 855-808-2737 now.
Just 2 days remain to shop the amazing Rooms to Go 25th anniversary sale. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days to get incredible anniversary savings in every department. Save on living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms, whatever you see. Plus, finance interest-free for 60 months, 5 years from now. Shop the Rooms to Go 25th anniversary sale before it ends at 9 p.m. tomorrow night.
Dollar Days. Dollar Days. This Friday and Saturday at Kelly Grimsley Pre-Owned Super Center. Save thousands on a massive selection. Cars as low as $3 a day. $3 a day for a new ride. Trucks as low as $6 a day. Every day a cash car will be sold for as little as $99. Plus no money down delivers. Cool prices, great food, hot music, and vacation giveaways. Call 877-KELLY-AUTO now. Click kellygrimsley.com. Dollar Days. This Friday and Saturday at Kelly Grimsley Pre-Owned Super Center.
Your Local 2 Sports.
Welcome into your Local 2 Sports. I'm Tara Talmadge. This morning, extraordinary athletes from across West Texas gathered at Ratliff Stadium to compete in the Special Olympics Track and Field Day, training year-round for their chance at a gold medal. But the athletes aren't the only ones putting in work. Today, one area coach was recognized for nearly 20 years of dedication to the Special Olympics, and the team she now calls family couldn't be happier for her.
In Monahans, we say if you weren't coached by Clara, we're going to pray for you.
88-year-old Clara Edwards, a Monahans icon coaching the Special Olympics team for decades.
She leaves Special Olympics on Tuesday and Thursday nights after working all day at the bank where she's been 65 years.
The entire Monahans community rallied together to thank Clara, voting for her as Coach of the Year.
everybody in town, the mayor, from people just that go to church, everybody put in a nomination. We sent over 50 nominations to Austin this year for Clara.
I'm still in shock. To tell you the truth, I didn't know anything about it, and then my family was up there, and I didn't even know they were here.
After coaching for nearly 20 years, Clara tells me this isn't just a team, it's a family.
He must be 40 now. I feel like he's my son or something. I've had him on Special Olympics so long. His name's Eddie.
And just like family, Clara and Eddie take care of each other.
When Clara lost her daughter this year, Eddie was just beside himself trying to figure out what he could do to make it better for her.
And Eddie has a special message for his longtime coach.
Thank you, Coach Clara. We love you. Amen.
And from one good cause to another, the West Texas Pride hosting the New Mexico Rush at Grande Stadium for Breast Cancer Awareness Night. The Pride suited up in pink gear, hoping to tackle breast cancer and the New Mexico Rush. With 8 minutes left in the first quarter, Robert Elliott with the Pride fakes even me out with a quarterback keeper, runs it all the way into the end zone. He's going and he's gone. Pride up 7-0. But, guys, the Pride just got on a roll after this one. Elliott again passes to Elijah Kennedy, and that's another Pride touchdown. Lions lead 13-0. And here we go again with this. Only 4 minutes later, Brandon Butler with the carry breaks 1 and 2 tackles and runs it in for a touchdown. Guys, final score, Lions win 33-0. And staying with college sports, Chris Beard was officially announced as the new Texas Tech men's basketball coach during a press conference this afternoon, saying that returning to the school he considers home was too great to resist.
Lubbock, Texas, the state of Texas, Texas Tech University. This is exactly where I want to be. This is my dream job. It always has been. And today is one of the best days of my life. Again, I'm so glad to be home. I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity.
Beard bolted for Texas Tech a mere week after signing a 5-year contract with UNLV and now has to pay a $1 million buyout to the university. And even though he completely left them hanging, UNLV has already found a suitable replacement, agreeing to a deal with New Mexico State coach Marvin Menzies just this afternoon. We'll be back after this.
Just announced, 0% financing for 60 months is now available at Toyota of Midland.
How about a brand new Tundra from Toyota Midland? We're starting them out at $399 a month. You heard me right, $399 a month.
Or get 0% financing for 60 months on a Tundra Special Edition.
Get a new Corolla for $199 a month.
Or choose 0% financing for, you guessed it, 60 months on a new Corolla.
Toyota Midland, we're West Texas owned and operated, where our quality deals will bring you in our service brings you back.
Give me a chance while I'm in foster care. Speak up for my best interests in court.
Give me a chance. Be by my side during meetings with my social workers and lawyers so I don't get lost in the system. Give me a chance to talk to my teacher so I can do well in school.
Become a court-appointed special advocate or CASA volunteer and be a powerful voice in court for children in the foster care system. Give a child a chance at becomeacasa.org.
All furniture for the new set is provided by Carter's.
Hi, Catherine here at All-American Chevrolet of Odessa. Thanks for keeping us the Chevy sales leader in the Permian Basin. We're growing because our customers choose us. No one will battle it out more than we will. Pete?
The Beagle Exchange event continues. We need your trade. You always get our top dollar.
We want to lower your payments. No payments for 90 days. Little or no money down. Pete?
First-time buyers, credit issues, we can help.
Right now, take 15% off any new 2015 or select 2016s.
OdessaChevy.com.
Or call us at 1-800-CHEVY-CARS.
All-American Chevrolet of Odessa, the fun place to buy a car.
Your local weather authority, Horace Brown, weeknights on Local 2 News at 5.
Are you worried that pests are infesting your home? Are employees telling you there's an insect problem in your office? If you are ready to take a stand against unwelcomed critters, let the experts at Boydston Pest Control get the job done. For fast and reliable pest control, call us today.
And on shots like this that have more than one person, you want to...
Well, we are looking at that severe thunderstorm warning.